I recently fell ill.
I got better.
But my voice was hoarse for a long time. So I hope to slow down and have a chat and be in a calm state and chat with you in a leisurely manner. So my videos may be longer in the future. I suggest you either listen to it there or you can save it for later and watch it when you're free. I hope we can all be more peaceful to share this content with you. Last time we talked about Chinese food. In the minds of Americans, besides Chinese food, even higher than Chinese food, another concept is Kung Fu. The word Gong Fu in the 1980s officially became a technical term. Kung Fu, but when it first appeared, there were some twists and turns. In 1920s, in Chinatown at that time, there was a society called Zhigang. You say it's a gang organization. It's not true. It was a Chinese group to protect themselves because the Chinese community was relatively weak. The earliest social group in China at that time. The remaining group was Chinese laborers. Then one after another, some people may go. Such a group of people who stayed behind, there are still some risks in American society. From the perspective of Social Security, I still don't think it's good today. It's definitely not comparable. Many places are still unsafe. Okay, good. Let's go back to the 1920s. So it's necessary for you to have some ways to protect yourself. It is still necessary because China has martial arts. In this case, the Workers' Hall appeared. This may be the earliest one, a type of martial arts school. So Chinese martial arts began to gradually appear in American society. However, because American society has a poor understanding, really doesn't understand, Chinese culture is inseparable from philosophy, which is completely unimaginable in Westerners' logic. It is completely unimaginable. That is, as I said about Chinese food again, beyond their knowledge, things that are beyond a person's cognition. Generally speaking, it won't make this person that he is short-sighted, but make him feel a little mysterious or even a little weird. This is a normal phenomenon. So at that time, acupoint could cure diseases or attack people. For China, it was normal. But for the United States, this was beyond their cognition. So at the beginning, they would think it was witchcraft. The witch in witchcraft, not witchcraft. So in the 1930s, in their movies, the eagle claw kung fu in the movies they intuitively understood. The eagle claw technique was used and grab out the heart of others. In such a matter, we can only say we should understand them. They really couldn't figure it out. But in the 1940s, the Kites entered World War II. At this time, the situation was different because during the war, no matter if it's martial arts or not, as long as it's useful, at that time, Chinese martial arts were used by the U.S. Army. This was a relatively optimistic turn of events. No matter how you describe it before, but they didn't care during the war. They would learn what was useful. But I think the watershed was in the 1950s. It's so rare. Finally, there is a foreigner. The Americans discovered Yi and Wu. Philosophy is one. Notice that Chinese martial arts are the same. It includes the 5 elements and weapons, right? Are these all related to the Book of Changes? Medicine is also related to I Ching. So they are all related. A philosopher discovered that although he didn't quite understand it, we don't need to pursue him to understand it clearly. What matters is that he discovered the connection. He made some comments on TV. He immediately transformed them in a way that Westerners can understand. To explain it, of course, the easiest one to explain is Tai Chi. When talking about Tai Chi, he transferred it into existentialism. Under the perspective of existentialism, he also transferred the moves of Tai Chi. They use Western philosophy that Westerners can accept, renamed them. For example, Yunshu is the dance of existence, which is an existential manifestation. Push hands is against nihilism. One-sided. Do you know, just like this, one side is called the extension of free will. He renamed them like this. I think this is an important turning point. We know that Bruce Lee emerged in the 1970s. Bruce Lee's expression of Chinese martial arts and Westerners' expression was expressed as philosophy. You can find those valuable interviews. In his interviews, he described martial art. What martial arts is water, which is water itself. It seems that there is no power, but when an external force comes, the shape of the water will immediately change. And the greater the external force, the greater the power of water. This is the principle of Tai Chi. In fact, Bruce Lee didn't mainly use Tai Chi. However, this is Bruce Lee's understanding of Chinese martial arts. In fact, for us Chinese, this is very normal. It's normal. We grew up reading martial arts novels. Basically, in Chinese advanced martial arts films, there is no philosophical height that is not mentioned, right? Martial arts are life. It's very high level for us. It's normal for us Chinese people. For Westerners, it's hard to... How can these two things be put together? One is combat, to knock the opponent down, and confrontation, right? The other is the understanding of life. These two things are put together in China. Later, they found out, and treating diseases together, I think it's a big challenge to their thinking. But I think that the turning point is not that it is explained clearly, but that it made the general Westerners believe that Chinese martial arts is advanced. Get rid of this discrimination because philosophy is regarded as advanced in the West. What is philosophy? The word philosophy means the study of knowledge. Knowledge is weird. If you are in the international education system, philosophy can include many physics, biology, and so on. Those are not other subjects. No, they belong to philosophy. So philosophy elevates martial arts to a higher level and recognized by Westerners. The meaning of Chinese martial arts is advanced, not a simple technique to knock down the opponent. Such a simple and straightforward thing. After this person delivered a TV speech, should be in a certain week. Actually, more than 70% of philosophy professors practice Tai Chi. For them, because Western philosophy is based on ancient Greece. Greek philosophy, all things happen in the mind and all confrontations happen in language. Chinese martial arts, especially the martial arts represented by Tai Chi, can express it externally, physically, in physical form, even in the physical confrontation between people be expressed. This greatly expanded their imagination. Yes, and then it can be said that since then, Tai Chi became popular, but the important turning point is Westerners, especially Americans, no longer despise Chinese martial arts, but with an equal and even with admiration to look at this part of Chinese culture. Many people are indeed willing to learn Chinese culture through martial arts. In 2010, our company, we brought a doctoral student from a branch of the University of California who came to China at that time. His doctoral topic is 2 study categories. This is the approved topic for his PhD. So he must work in our company. That young man is called Peter. All the old employees know him. In China, he learned which kind of boxing when he came to China. He quickly found a master. And Xinji, that is to say, there are indeed many Westerners to study martial arts in China. Quite a lot, a considerable number, such as Wudang Mountain, Shaolin Temple, to learn martial arts, to learn Chinese culture through martial arts. They really like Chinese culture, the philosophy revealed in it. So at the beginning of Chinese martial arts, to countless others, by the 1950s, officially entered the historical stage. Chinese martial arts, it became a combination of philosophy and opportunity. I don't need to explain much about the following. In America, Chinese martial arts schools can't be said to be everywhere, but they are quite common. And the main group is not Chinese. The main group is foreigners. It can be said to be a window, a quite good window, second only to Chinese restaurants, but the depth of its introduction may be deeper than Chinese restaurants.
Cantonese Tai Chi Kuen, okay? And it's more of an exercise for the elderly, not so much for the young.
Give me a demonstration. Show me. Can you do a little bit of it? Just so
hand-wise, it's very slow.
Oh, is it?
And you push it out, but all the time you are keeping the continuity going. Bending, stretching, everything, suppose, you just keep it moving.
It's like a belly dancer there.
Yeah, it is. I mean, to them, you see, the idea is running water never grows stale. So you got to just keep on flowing.